Are we live, Silent Assassin? Are we live? We are live-ish. We are live-ish. Welcome to the All Even Podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. You can catch the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I'm all over the place. You can go catch me on Instagram at All Even Podcast. On X, I do All Even Podcasts. I'm seldomly there. TikTok at All Even Media. Catch me on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Like, share, and comment. Tell a friend and tell a friend because the page is growing. There's nobody else down here but me and the Silent Assassin. But she is my buddy. She's my road dog. What's up, dog?
Nothing much.
Cheer me up. Because obviously there's a lot going on with me. And listen, you know how I feel. I'm not wearing any Mets attire today, if you noticed. That's by design. Because I'm boycotting.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Yeah, I need some of that vibe, but...
I've been trying to pass it to you for months, and you refuse to accept it.
I just don't want the baseball season to be over. Because the Giants are miserable, so what am I going to do for the next however many months?
Technically, there is hope for your Giants.
I don't think so.
If you're throwing darts at the board, if you know what I mean. Look, we're going to talk about it, obviously, because that's the biggest topic for me to start the show off. But there's also other stuff to get to. We want to talk about those New York Giants we just kind of hinted at. I am concerned about a particular quarterback that got the job a little bit too early, I think. And I think it's time that people kind of assess it and realize that they might have made a mistake. But I don't think that they can turn back, which is the problem. Sam Darnold is legit. He's a great quarterback. I knew that was going to happen. Do the Pittsburgh Steelers have a Aaron Rodgers problem? Or does Aaron Rodgers have a Steelers problem? We're going to go ahead and talk about that. We have Micah Parsons going back to Dallas. Is it Dallas or is it in Green Bay? Who the hell are they playing? Either way, they're playing each other. I just don't know where it is.
I think it's at Dallas because he was talking about his suite. How
okay. So they're going back to Jerry World. So that's going to be very interesting. Some NBA news. You know, there's been some, obviously the training camps are around the corner. There's been some press conferences. Lakers press conference. I'll discuss that. Zion Williamson looked like he took a swim in the Ozempic pool. We're going to discuss that. Knicks may retire a particular ex-player's jersey. That's pretty interesting. And Utah Jazz rookie Ace Bailey had to fire his manager for a crazy reason, and we're going to discuss that as well. There's some more Kawhi news. Not really, but of course I have to always, insert the knife further in to the Clippers because I hope that their demise is coming soon. Irrelevant news of the week. We're going to talk about the Mets, obviously. And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
I am... There's no off-topic stuff. I just want to get right into it. Yesterday, which was Friday, obviously, right? I'm with Alfred. I'm with my man Chris. Shouts to Alfred and Chris. Check out the Metropolitan Report for Alfred. He does a very good job covering those Mets. And we are all Met fans. And, of course, I am the Major League fan. I am sick of it. I am just miserable. They'll blow it in the ninth. That's how I felt. And these two was like, come on, man, you got to stay positive. You got to make sure that you continue to have faith. I said, I lost that months ago. Well, they go ahead and they start the game off. Lindor, lead-off home run. Right? And then Pete goes ahead and drives in Soto. Up 2-0 to start the game. Sproat's pitching well. Cruising through 4 innings. We feel good. Mm-hmm. Fifth inning comes. I'm not watching the game. I'm just checking it on my phone, and there's a hit. There's another hit. There's another hit. And then I see Brett Beatty's out. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Well, Mendoza decides after 58 pitches, it's time to let Sproat go. Come on, you did enough. And you go ahead and you put Gregory Soto in the game, and all hell breaks loose. 6 runs. They get 6 runs in a damn inning. That's the game. Mm-hmm. And for me, first off, there's a lot of things that happened in that game that pissed me off. Pete's bobbles, right? We continue to see poor defensive plays at first base. And this is kind of the reason why I'm just like, I understand that he's a homegrown guy. I understand that he got the record. I understand that people love Pete. I can't have that at first base for the next 5 years. I'm sorry. I need a sure hand. Me growing up being a fan of Keith Hernandez that won 11 gold gloves at that position, I'm spoiled. I saw John Olerud play first base. I'm spoiled. That bothered me. Cool. We had then Brett Beatty get hurt with the oblique. He's out for the season officially, but he gets substituted. And who does he put in? He doesn't go to Mr. Mars in regards to Vientos. He goes to the guy that hasn't seen the field in months. And what does Ronnie Mauricio do? Shit the bed. Of course. Because now all the pressure is on this poor kid. And he had literally had a brain fart. So these are the mistakes that our manager continues to make. And I'm trying to tell people, if you go ahead and you look at the totality of the season of where they are right now, Carlos Mendoza has cost this team at least 15 games. At least. Mm-hmm. That's being on the nice side. 15 games. So now they lose that game against the Marlins that they should have won. The Reds go ahead and win last night, which means that the Reds now have the tiebreaker and they're over us. And guess what happened today? Mets blanked the Marlins. Right? You had Clay Holmes pitch his best game of the season, went 6 innings. Played some good baseball, pitched well. The offense showed up. Closed the door on those bum-ass Marlins. But what else happened? The Reds also beat the Brewers again. So you got a team in the Brewers that they don't give a shit how they finish because they're already in the playoffs and they have a bye regardless if it's the number 1 or number 2. They don't care. Mm-hmm. You know, shouts to Alfred. He's on the show talking about, the Brewers have a lot to play for. They are playing for home field. They don't care. Because guess what? They would rather see the Reds than the Mets. Not saying they're going to play us right away, but eventually they would try to avoid us as much as possible. Of course you want to play Cincinnati. Anybody wants to play Cincinnati right now. Mm-hmm. They have some young guys in regards to that pitching staff, but there's no experience on that team. They're just playing with house money. But if they go ahead and sweep the Brewers, who do the Mets have to blame but themselves? Mm-hmm. They had an August where they set records in regards to runs scored, runs per game, and they were 11-17 in the month of August, or it could have been worse. It might have been 11-19, whatever the hell it was. They won 11 games. If you go ahead and you just do the math, if you win 2 more games, we're not even here.
Yeah.
It's absolutely embarrassing. And yes, the Detroit Tigers, they've collapsed too. But I don't care about them. I don't give a damn about what they're doing. I'm a Mets fan. I don't care. What I care about, this team as presently constructed is done. It's over. The McNeil era, over. I've been calling for this for over a year now. Even when they got to the playoffs last season and they were cruising, they were feeling good, all of a sudden they get to the NLCS and who the hell did they activate? The bad luck jinx.
Yeah. I remember we talked about it. It's like, oh, this team has magic. Maybe we should just keep it the way it is.
Yes.
They had a McNeil and then they had a,
Remember, I said it as soon as it was reported. Mm-hmm. I said, we're losing. We're losing. And you were like, no, it's fine. We need the extra bat and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I knew it. There's some people that just have a black cloud around their head. And Jeff McNeil is one of them. You know what he's been batting over the last month? 116. You know what happened? Same thing happened yesterday. There was a runner on third. 2 outs. You know what he did? Like what he always does.
Struck out.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. This
team as presently constructed is over. Jeff McNeil got to go. Obviously, you got Marte. He's not going to be here next year. We don't know what the bullpen is going to look like because everybody and their mama got Tommy John. Mm-hmm. We don't know what the rotation is going to look like because Senga, garbage. I said it. Send him back. Send him back. You got Montas. He's not going to pitch no more. You got, what's his name? Dude that tore his ACL. What's his name?
ACL.
Griffin Canning.
Yes.
Griffin Canning.
McGill's out.
McGill, Tommy John.
So is that Holmes, Manaea, Peterson, and then the younger guys?
Garbage.
Yeah.
If you have to rely on Manaea and Peterson, you're cooked. Mm-hmm. Manaea's done. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's a $25 million reliever at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Even, too, like, Peterson fell off the last, second half of the season.
Man's ERA is 7.5.
Yeah, crazy. So it's what can you do? And then Holmes, for next year, obviously this was a test. What are you going to expect for him come the second half?
Right.
You saw how he fell apart.
This is the most innings he's ever pitched.
Yeah.
And you saw the man's arm was jello.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to spend a lot or trade a lot. They have, a lot of... I think Vientos is probably gone. Probably 95% gone.
Yeah.
This offseason. They're not even playing him. I read a report, I forget from who, but they don't even want to play him because his defense is so bad, and then he just hasn't been hitting either. So that's why he's...
Yeah, his back cooled off because he had started hitting again.
Yeah.
And then his back kind of cooled off. And listen, let me go ahead and just say this now. I got to take it back. I went ahead and I cursed Brett Beatty and told him that he needs to go to Mars, right? Well, we need to go send the Armageddon plane and the ship over there to Mars to go get him back. Because, man, that kid has played good baseball this year.
Yeah.
Great third baseman in regards to defensively. He's filled in at second base. The bat has come around. I think he's batting 257, 258, 18 home runs. The guy actually had a very good year. So if he's going to be this guy, then he needs to be everyday third baseman every day.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. Yeah. So the only thing, for Vientos' sake, he could be a full-time DH, but I feel like they can definitely upgrade that in the off season.
Yeah, that's the concern because it's all right, if you have Vientos and you have Pete, I would prefer to play Pete at DH. Mm-hmm. I would prefer to go get me a sure thing at first base. In regards to defensively, having a guy that is a good bat, 250, 260 hitter, guy that can be able to walk into maybe, 20 home runs or so. But that glove, somebody that has a fielding percentage above 985. That's what I would like to see at first base. Something closer to 990, 994. Like, those are things because you need those. You need your hot corners to be good defensive players. You need your third baseman to make sure that the first baseman is reliable and vice versa. You need that. We have great defense up the middle, but you need to make sure that our corners are good and legit. And that's why, for me, I'm sure Met fans are gonna be, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But it's like, yo, if we can find a first baseman, I would prefer to find a first baseman. Because if Pete is gonna cost you $200+ million, are you gonna pay Pete $200+ million at this point? I don't think he will.
If they didn't want to give it to him last year, they're not going to give it to this year.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to ask for a lot more.
He's a year older. He had a great season.
Yeah.
Not just a good season, a great season. 38 home runs, 125 RBIs. It's a career high in batting average. 273 or 274 is what he's batting right now. So he's going to be asking for, I need about $37 million a year.
Yeah.
For the next 6.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot. And he also like over 40 doubles, which is crazy. Almost have 40 home runs and then over 40 doubles.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason. Either you're going to have to spend a lot of money, which they did last offseason, and you saw where it kind of took them. But they have to But
did they really
right money on the right people?
Yeah, did they really spend a lot of money? Like, if we take Soto's contract out of it, right? Just take that out of it. What did they spend? They spent $30 million for Pete. They spent $25 million or $75 million for Mania. Mm-hmm. Right? They got AJ Minter for what, $12 million? Yeah. Or $22 million with the option. Right? They got Montas for $34 million on a 2-year deal.
So like probably around 125.
Yeah, they didn't really spend that much.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean? Like, Soto's deal just made it seem like, oh my goodness, they had this gargantuan offseason. No, you didn't. Like, you signed Soto and then you went into the clearance section.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the biggest mistake is not getting those top pitchers that I'm pretty sure signed for cheaper than what we've signed our pitchers for. And
like, why didn't we close the deal for Garrett Crochet? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, we had all the pieces to go get him.
Yeah, even during the trade deadline, I'm pretty sure like they were interested. The Mets were interested last offseason.
Yeah.
And then the White Sox didn't move him, and then it was like, okay, he's gonna get moved because he wants money. Garrett Crochet wants money.
Because think about it, right? They ended up trading him to the Sox. Mm-hmm. You don't think that the White Sox would have preferred to trade him to the National League? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course they would have.
Yeah.
But you were too cheap because you want to go ahead and hoard all these. Okay, cool. Hoard them all, right? You have all of these infielders. All of these infielders that we have. Reamer, we have AJ, what's his name? Not AJ Wilson, but AJ Ewing. There's so many prospects that we have. A lot of talent, right? Let's see what happens. You can't call up everybody, so who's going? Mm-hmm. Who's going and who are you trading for?
Mm-hmm. You have to get rid of some people because who's worked out so far? Like Beatty, okay, he's had a great year, but he's been out for 3 years. Like it's gonna take 3 years for somebody to kind of break out.
But I think Beatty stays. I think he's earned the right to at least have that job. Yeah. Vientos did it last year. Beatty did it this year. If a team wants either of them, you have to listen, right? But it has to be, if you're going to trade either one of them, you got to get something back. Yeah. It has to be either a high-end prospect or a major league ready player. Mm-hmm. It has to be. Because Vientos is still a young guy. And if he's going to end up transitioning to a full-time DH or he's going to moonlight at first base or third base or whatever it is, this guy has 40 home run power.
Yeah.
Like, once he figures it out, he's going to be a perennial 30-plus guy, 30, 90 guy. And that has value.
Yeah.
It may not be for us, but that has same thing with Mauricio. I don't know if he'll ever be able to be good here.
There's no room for him.
There's just no room here.
They'll have to open up second base for him. Really,
right. Well, there's a spot.
Yeah.
There's a spot.
Field goal,
because get him out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with him.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for him to be on this team anymore.
Mm-hmm. And he's always like, remember his first Lindor's first year? Like, you never, at least live on television, like a brawl happened in the Mets dugout.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's obviously just
with our newly acquired star shortstop.
Yeah, like you're starting fights, and then he's the one always screaming. Even like Gary Keith and Ron has said, like sometimes there's like, oh, that's a little bit much. That's a bit much. Like on TV,
he's over the top.
Yeah.
So they need to pack his bags and say, go wherever you want to go. It doesn't even matter. You choose your destination. We'll just take some low-end prospects for you. I'll take anything from McNeil at this point. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll take a compensation pick. I don't care. I just want him off this team. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
And when you need him, he never is there. The big four showed up this year. Mm-hmm. Career numbers for Nimmo. Good year for Lindor. Career numbers for Soto. And a career year for Pete. Not on the home run front, but just everything in general. He just had a really, really good, solid year. So the big four showed up. Who else did?
Yeah, nobody. That's like the reason, like, they kind of carried the team. But then you also, like, it seemed to be like if somebody was down, the rest were down.
Yeah.
That's kind of, and the bottom rest of the lineup did absolutely nothing. So that's why we did lose some games offensively just because of that. Everyone just kind of got cold at the same time. But you need all 9 every single day, not 4 every single day to win games.
Yeah.
So. But
4 people, the rest, the other 22 players on a damn active roster, bums.
Yeah.
Well, 21. because I gotta take my man Sugar out there. Mm-hmm. My man Diaz has been doing his thing all year.
Yeah.
So respect to him.
Yeah.
So you got 5 people on the entire 26-man roster.
Yeah.
That you can say consistently from the start of the season to the end of the season, they've been there.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So out of those 5, you keep those 5.
Yeah.
Everybody else is up in the air. It's up for negotiation.
I feel like out of everyone, the Mets need to bring back Diaz. That's no
Yeah.
question. Because if you don't get him, like, you don't have a bullpen.
Who we gonna get the money to? Ryan Helsley? Absolutely not. They need to walk his ass out of the door and slam it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it ain't Tyler Rodgers, I don't want nobody back. That's the only one I want back is Tyler Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's been pretty solid. He's had a few moments, but he's been solid.
Yeah, he's been solid. But Helsley, when was the last time you saw him pitch?
I don't even remember.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
You go back to St. Louis. Yeah. Take your ass back over there. Or go to some small market team so you can go ahead and look like Randy Johnson. Over here, we don't want you over here because some people just cannot pitch in the big markets.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
Yeah, I was kind of, because I loved him as a pitcher. Like, when we got him, I was excited because he's been one of my favorites for a while. And then just to see how he's pitched, I'm like, oh, this sucks. Because I wish he worked out so he could be a Met for years to come. But no, he's got to go.
Yeah, the man had like 90 saves last year.
Yeah.
And he can't get nobody out now.
Yeah.
It's so bad. He's like, I know I'm tipping my pitches. Then fix it.
Yeah, like if that was the case, like, it had to have been fixed already. Like, how do you just, like, not notice you're tipping your pitches? Like, there's that little trigger or whatever that they do, that kind of the flick of the glove or whatever it is. Like, you're watching your film every day. Like, how do you not notice that you're doing it in real time unless you're just so, like, mentally, like, out of it because you're in New York or whatever the case may be. Like, you just can't be here.
I think that's what it is. I just think that he's mentally cooked and he cannot handle this place. He just can't handle it. He can be able to go back to Birmingham, Alabama, if he wants to go there and pitch somewhere else and be a superstar. Why? Because you're gonna have one camera in your face, one reporter that's asking you questions, and they're not gonna hardball you either. They're just gonna give you some softballs. Hey, it's all right. You gave up 2 runs, but at least you struck out 3. Not here.
Yeah.
So those are the issues that they're going to have to, it's going to be a long off season because I'm going to tell you right now, Silent Assassin, tomorrow, it's over.
Okay.
I am telling you right. I am not optimistic. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nobody with we got a chance. We just got to win our game and see what happens. It's over. You put yourself in this position and you have yourselves to blame. Period. I don't want to root for that. I don't want to be hanging on for dear life. We got to make. I don't want to be in the playoffs at that point because we don't deserve it.
Yeah.
We don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you got to go ahead and sneak in the back door like this, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Give it to the Reds.
Yeah.
They worked hard and got themselves back into the playoffs. The damn Diamondbacks literally sold everything off at the deadline, and they were in the race.
Yeah. Giants, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet we bought everything, and we collapsed.
Yeah.
But the biggest concern that I have, and then we can move on after this, is I don't think that there's any hope for this team just because of who the manager is. I am really, really concerned about how inept Carlos Mendoza is. Like, last year, everybody was in love. The honeymoon was great, right? But when you peel the curtain back and you go ahead and you put the 2 seasons and you dissect them, they started off terribly last year and they finished strong. They started great this year and then they had an epic collapse. When you go ahead and you put those halves together, you're literally talking about a manager who's underwater and who's literally an average manager, if not below average. So what is there to look forward to if we know who's pulling the strings? We know who chose to play Cedric Mullins yesterday. And we know who the analytic person is. You can't fool us. Carlos Mendoza's not the one putting this lineup together. It's the idiot in the front office. The one that thinks he knows everything. The one that put this bullpen together. The one that put this clearance section offense together. The one that put this clearance section pitching staff together. He's the one. So all we have is an Aaron Boone in Queens. Go ask the Yankee fans how they feel about Aaron Boone. So if that's what we have to look forward to, that we have a younger version of Brian Cashman, I want out. I want out. It's ridiculous. So no, I don't want them in the playoffs. I'll be rooting for the Marlins tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want it. This is not the way to go in. This is not the way the Met fans came out in historic droves this season. Set records. 3 million plus people came out to Citi Field to support this damn team. And I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people that are saying, oh no, you know that money that I spent last year or this year, I'm not spending it next year.
Yeah.
Because I see what's happening. I see the writing on the wall. Oh, that Carlos Mendoza guy, he's an idiot. And we have no faith in him. I am there. I have no faith in this manager. I know they're not going to replace him because you don't want to have 4 managers in 6 years or whatever the hell it is. You're not going to make that change. But man, does it look bleak for him. Just looking at him in the dugout bothers me. He has this spacey look deer in headlights. And it's like, you really have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
To pull a guy with 58 pitches.
Yeah. Also, when your season's on the line and
Your season's on the line.
Like, you gotta, and your bullpen hasn't been great. Like, you just gotta take the chance. Like, there's,
Yeah.
just.
And of all the people to go to, you go to Gregory Soto. Mm-hmm. Him. Mm-hmm. It's like when he gets into those situations where he has to make a decision, he's like, what am I going to do? Looks around for some advice, and nobody's looking at him. He's just like, when was the last time we used Gregory Soto? It's been like a week. Okay, he's due. No! Mm-hmm. There's a reason why he's not in there. Use Brooks Raley. Use somebody who you can trust. Even if that's not his role, put him in there.
Yeah. You have to use the best of what you got.
Because guess what's going to happen tomorrow, Silent Assassin? All hands on deck tomorrow. So you're going to have guys go 3 innings. He's going to pull him and put this other guy in 2 innings. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, they were saying, like, they don't even know on the broadcast, like, who's even going to start tomorrow.
I'm sure they're probably going to start the kid.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dylan Ross?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably going to start him and do a bullpen game.
But even, like, too, like, okay, somebody knew he's pitched great, but this is the biggest game of his career, his MLB debut. You're going to put him in the Mets potential clinching wild card game. Like, that's a lot of pressure, even if it's against the Marlins. So, especially, and you saw, like, the only one that's really been able to keep up with it has been McLean. Tong has been under pressure. Sproat's been, good. But, you're going to leave your season on the line with a MLB debut. be crazy.
It was unfair for David Stearns to put pressure on these kids. It was unfair to Jonah Tong to have to come up here and save this team's ass.
Yeah.
Unfair to him.
He pitched 2 games in AAA, whatever it was, like, and then, okay, you're ready for the big leagues, like,
Yeah, now he was great in the minors, led the minors in strikeouts. He was awesome, but that doesn't mean that he was ready. It doesn't mean that he was ready. Mm-hmm. He still needs some season. He's 22 years old. He's not ready yet. He still has some mechanical stuff that he has to work out.
Yeah.
But for you to throw him to the wolves like that because you're desperate to keep this team afloat, you are a garbage GM and a garbage president. And for that, I don't have any faith in you. Because if this is what you're going to give us, you think that I'm going to have any confidence in that president to be able to go get us somebody like Tarek Skubal? Mm-hmm. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Even, like, he recently said, a reporter asked, like, oh, if you saw how the season ended at the trade was ending at the trade deadline when you have made different moves, like, yeah, 100%. But we as regular fans were saying you need more starting pitching. Every single Mets fan said it. Yeah. So why are you saying now, like, oh, if I saw how it would end, I would definitely upgrade in the starting pitching roles. But, like, fans were telling you to upgrade back then.
Right.
So, like, we're just regular people. You're supposed to be this MLB baseball expert, and you don't see that you need starting pitching.
Right.
So it's just like,
yeah, we don't need starting pitching. We can just have this super bullpen, and we can have our starters go 3 innings, and it's fine. That's what his dumbass was thinking about.
Mm-hmm. You should upgrade everywhere because this is, you gotta capitalize. Where it needs to be like you could have got anybody,
Yeah, somebody who's just an innings eater, like, a road grader.
Literally get Alcantara. Like, he wasn't pitched great, but I'm sure, he's still Sandy Alcantara,
I'm sure they're going to try this off season, and the price is going to be very high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Idiot. I have no confidence. Moving on. What do you feel about the ABS system?
Well, they say you get 2 chances a game.
2 challenges, yeah.
I don't like new rules coming into baseball, really. I like to keep it,
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional. I just don't. I guess it is a new tactic because it's only the pitcher, the catcher, and the batter get to call that, and you have 2 opportunities during the game. So I feel like it now has to a lot more pressure on those individual players because you can cost your team potentially a big call during like later on in the game or early in the game. Like when do you use it? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I thought it seemed to work in they used it in the All-Star game, right? And
yes.
Spring training. Even though the Edwin Diaz call I thought was incorrect, but the other ones I seen did, seem to be right. But I don't know. I guess the game is changing, so what can you expect? But personally, I would rather keep it traditional.
Yeah, listen, I like it. I think that human error is a part of the game. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be a part of the game. But this is going to be a chance to be able to clean some stuff up, especially in these egregious situations where you can clearly see that was a strike or a ball and it goes the other way, and then it completely changes the landscape of the game. Mm-hmm. So if it's gonna be utilized like that, then yes, let's clean it up. So I'm excited for it because I think it's going to put these umps on notice to make sure that y'all gotta shape up. And also too, what I want to see is I want to see these umps get held accountable a lot better. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't remember that girl's name, the female ump. I gave all the credit in the world. I said, look, shouts to you for being able to break through the barriers and all this stuff. I hope you have success and all that. But if you're bad, I'm coming after you. And guess what? She is horrendous. Horrendous.
I haven't seen anything. She hasn't been on a Mets game, no?
No.
Yeah, I haven't
horrendous. Silent Assassin. It's bad. Yeah. She doesn't even know what a strike zone is.
I was making a joke because literally every play or whatever at the game or team, he's out, he's safe. I get every single one. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I need to be the second.
You might have to go to umpire school and go figure it out.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Because we need some good people out there. Because these umpires, they're entitled, and the thing is, they know that they call something bad, and then they get mad at you for calling them out on it.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
That's it. Yo, my bad. I'm sorry, I missed that one. Yeah. You know how many players will be like, you know what? It's a good one there. Mm-hmm. He understands that he missed that one. Okay, cool. But you're gonna get mad at me because you missed the call?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, even I don't know if you saw Walker Buehler had said something. I don't know if it was in regards just to the automated strike zone.
Yeah.
Or balls and strikes, whatever. It could have just been to the robotic umps as well. But he said I don't like it because I feel like, as veteran players, you get different calls and rookie pitchers and whatnot. So to make it automated, he feels like it's kind of taking away from, I guess, the respect level of certain players in the game.
Well, I mean, I think it's not like the whole game is automated. Mm-hmm. So if the whole game is automated, I will never sign up for that.
Yeah.
But if it's certain scenarios where, yes, there's a pitch or two that you can be able to look at, of course. Of course, veteran pitchers and guys that have a reputation to be strike zone bandits are always going to get more of the benefit of the doubt. That's just the way baseball is. Mm-hmm. But this is not. I don't think that this is going to take away from that because again, you only get a couple of challenges a game, so it's not really. It can affect maybe in that bat or whatever in an inning, but I don't think that it's going to be this big thing where it's like, oh, now I'm not going to get any calls. Like, dude, you'll get calls. Just keep pitching the way you're pitching. It's all right. Every ump is going to have a variable zone, but in certain situations, guys are going to be like, hey, listen, I want to look at this to see how close it is. I don't see anything wrong with that. So let's see how that goes. Moving on to the NFL. I didn't watch much of the Thursday night football game, but I did see that Sam Darnold played very, very well. And I think that Seattle has found their franchise quarterback. I always knew that he was going to be good. It's just the fact that when you talk about anybody that's coming to New York to be the savior, that's a problem. When you get drafted here in New York, you need to make sure that you're just like a part of the puzzle instead of people looking to you to be the missing piece of the puzzle or the actual picture of the puzzle. Like, no, you need to just be a cog in the wheel. And had Sam Darnold got the opportunity here to be able to be a cog in the wheel and build this franchise and this roster up and the regime, I think he would have still been here and he'd been fine. But now, that's behind him. He's played so well that he's definitely got the Seahawks in contention. Like, you can really think about them and say, yo, can they compete with the Rams? Yes. Can they compete with the Eagles? Probably. Can they compete with the Packers? Yes. Like, Lions, they can compete with all the good teams in the NFC. So I want to see how this unfolds. I think the NFC West just got a lot more interesting knowing that this team is really, really good. So, I'm rooting for Sam Darnold, man. That's my guy. Always had confidence in him. Always knew that he was going to be good because he's an SC guy. The only one that I'm not high on is Caleb Williams, but he might be coming around too. But shouts to Sam Darnold. Shouts to what the Seahawks are doing over there, and shouts to Sean Alexander. Ex-Seahawk. The man just announced that he's having his 14th child or something. Like, yo, leave that woman alone, man. Like, come on now. Like, natural childbirth, she pushing out 15 of them things? Nah, bro. That's nonsense.
Like, what do you even need that, like, many kids for? I feel like you don't like more than half of them.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. Like, that's insane.
Listen, if I was that wife, I would make sure that I would have a separate room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not coming in here, man.
No. Just stay away.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, don't even come. Don't even breathe on me.
Mm-hmm.
We got problems.
That's like literally 24/7 pregnant.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's like, yo, poor lady is cleaning and she's like, come on. No, not now. There's food in the oven. Leave me alone. Damn. Moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Your team, Silent Assassin, they have pushed DEFCON 5 button. They are desperation has hit. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, you hear Coach Ozempic, he's talking about, he gives us the best chance. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. Yeah. We know what this is. Just be honest. I would love for people to be a lot more honest in the media and say, yo, listen, all of our jobs are on the line. And we understand that if this doesn't hit, we're all out the door. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and try to fight for my job and see if this kid got something. He got some magic in the hat. That's the reason why we know that. That's the only reason why Jaxson Dart is starting.
Yeah.
Because why would you sign Jameis Winston and why would you sign Russell Wilson if that wasn't the case? Yeah. You would have just signed Jameis and had Jaxson Dart start the season. Yeah. Or vice versa.
Yeah. It is definitely an interesting quarterback room that doesn't really make sense at all.
At all.
Yeah. And also too, like, it's 3 games and like literally, like you said, the only reason why he's coming into the season, into the game this week, is because of job security. Like you saw, he came in game 2, I believe, for two plays, and he got sacked. Like, why would you want to risk his, you know, potential for an injury? Like, you know what I mean? It makes no sense. Rather, just have him sit on the sidelines and watch, and get all the knowledge he can. So rather than risk injury,
They're gonna get that kid killed.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. Made no sense.
I don't want him ending up like Tua. I don't.
Yeah.
Tua is scrambled eggs over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yo, you have no offensive line. The only skill weapon that you have out there is Malik Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Your man Tracy's down, the starting running back. Now you got Scatterbrew out there, right?
Yeah.
He looks good, but it was like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, let the kids sit. Let them learn. But again, I understand that I can't tell a man or a regime or front office that's desperately trying to, cling to their position or what to do. This is their last hurrah. Because we saw what they did on national TV. They actually aired their discussions about what they're going to do with one of the most dynamic running backs in all of football. And they aired that for the world to see. Mm-hmm. The conversations that they were having is like, you guys are really stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you aired this. You were fine to clear it.
Yeah.
What did you think your fan base was going to think?
Yeah. It was like bad enough to see it happen, like the moment of it happened, but then you watch it and hear what happened.
It's even worse.
Yeah. Like he went to the worst team possible, right? But then you hear like, oh, we're just not, we're not going to go through with it. He's not going to go there. He signs there. It's just awful.
Yeah. You're going to give us a chance, right, Seiko? No, I'm not.
Yeah. And he wanted to stay. Give him his money and he's staying.
Man wanted to stay in this dumpster fire and you told him no.
Yeah. And
you're an idiot.
And he wasn't having that, season here.
No.
He's not winning a Super Bowl anytime soon. So good for him. Good for him and his family.
Absolutely. Good for him. Good for him. But it's just like one of those things you know that the front office is inept. You know that the coach might not know, but you have some inkling that he might be a fraud. Yeah. He might just be a fraud. He might not be as good because here's the thing. Newsflash. Joe Brady and those Bills, they look really good.
Mm. Pretty good. Feels pretty good. Yeah.
He hasn't been there in how long? And Josh Allen looks like the best quarterback in football.
Yeah.
So at this point, did he have anything to do with Josh Allen being good? Probably not.
Yeah. Even this team should have been 1-2 if that second game if he didn't make those he didn't want to go for the field goals, the extra points, whatever.
Yeah.
If they did that, they won the game. But he's like, oh, let's go for it. Let's go. What are you going for? Just get the points now because you don't know if you're going to have them at the end of the game. It's early on the game. Just make sure you get points and then, you go with it. So that's on him. That loss was on him. And then, of course.
Yeah, I just think that honestly he just might just be a fraud.
Even to what Neighbor said last year, it's not the quarterback. And clearly it's not because you see what Daniel Jones is doing.
Correct. My man, Captain Smallhand, Indiana Jones is working over there.
Well, they have Morin, they have running back, but their wide receivers aren't anything like insane.
Nah, they don't have special wide receivers, but the system is just great because Jonathan Taylor is so good that the play action is that much more dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they got guys that can get separation. They don't have superstar guys, but they have lunch pail receivers that know how to do their jobs. You know what I mean? So, shouts to them. Shouts to Indiana Jones doing his thing. And it's just like you see the two guys that were the pillars of the Giants franchise a couple of years ago. They're now gone and they're both finding success. I wonder why.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, Jaxson Dart go, and people saw my video and like, oh, you hating? I'm not hate. I said nothing about the kid. I don't. Jaxson Dart is a talented kid. Is why I want them to preserve him. Don't waste it.
Yeah.
Not everybody deserves to learn on the fly. Like, let him sit and learn that way. Develop this offensive line. Make sure the offensive line is ready for him to roll. And then he comes in the next year and he's busting ass.
Yeah. That whole, like, decision making just mean, like, you sign Wilson. Then you sign Jameis. And then you trade up to get Jaxson Dart. Like, what are your plans with these three quarterbacks? Like, you
made no sense.
This is your future, right? Like, you trade up to get him. This is your guy, right? But then you have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. So where does he fit in? Like, this guy is supposed to be on the bench and watch the next year or so, right?
Right.
So why is he starting in week 4? It makes no sense.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb. But I do not. I'm not shocked. And like I said, I just think that Brian Dable might just be a fraud. And Giants have had a lot of those coaches over the years. Dable, who was the guy from Minnesota that you had?
I just remember Coughlin. That's all
you
I care
had
about.
you had the other dude that looked. Oh, what's his name? McAdoo. Oh my God, he was terrible. My God, he was awful. Right? So, yeah, I'm rooting for the kid. I hope that he does well. I hope the Giants figure out how to get a W, but you got them going against the Chargers. And shouts to Kyle Kennard. Shouts to the big homie over there. Probably gonna talk to his pops sometime today, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, that's a tall task to ask from a rookie to be able to like go against that team and have to kind of tread those waters and see what happens. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of we'll see if they allow him to spread his wings in the playbook or keep it simple, or if they expand it a little bit. So moving on. Remember when I said to you that I had to discuss a certain quarterback that the team might have jumped the gun on giving him the keys to the car too quickly?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah, he hasn't been that great so far.
I was one of those guys. Hey, listen, Penix, he might be ready. I don't think he's ready.
No.
But the sad part is that the Falcons can't go backwards. They can turn to Kirk Cousins as they want to, but why would you want to at this point when you already gave Penix the job?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, Kirk lost his job, so why would you give it back to him? Like, you already put the rookie in, you gotta stick with the rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's been really bad. Like, over the last 2 games.
Yeah, it's been awful.
We saw, his quarterback rating drop from 93 in week 1. He had 298 yards in week 1, a touchdown, no picks. Then week 2 comes against Minnesota. He had an 80.5 passer rating and 135 yards. And against Carolina of all teams, he goes ahead and shits the bed and has a struggle. It was just a struggle fest. 172 yards, 2 interceptions. So in 3 games, the man has 1 passing touchdown and 2 picks. With that type of offense and that type of dynamic guys that you have, Drake London, you have Kyle Pitts, you have Bijan Robinson, you got some guys on this team. What's happening? Where is the disconnect? And they're going to have to try to find ways to get this kid right, because if he's not the guy, or if he can't get right, this team, this season is going to go up in smoke quickly. And Kirk Cousins going to be on the sideline like, don't call me. Y'all already made y'all decision. I'm collecting $50 million. Hey, just sitting pretty. It's nuts.
And they're 0-3, right? They didn't win the first game, or they did?
I think they won the first game, I believe.
Even still, like, they shouldn't be in that. Like, they're a better team than that.
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are a better team than that. They're 1-2 right now. Buccaneers are 3-0 in the division. This division sucks anyway. So the Buccaneers they're gonna run away with this division. Everybody else is either 1-2 or 0-3. Well, it's tough to see, but obviously, look, he's a young quarterback, still can be able to figure it out, because what I always say that separates the good quarterbacks from the great quarterbacks is that every quarterback has to make an adjustment, right? Because teams make the adjustment to you. So you got to go ahead and make the adjustment from the adjustment. The great quarterbacks know how to make the adjustment from the adjustment. The good ones, they'll make a slight alteration, but there's not a full adjustment to what the defense is now recognizing. This is what separates Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. These guys, even Patrick Mahomes, these guys have realized how to make the adjustment once the other adjustment from the defense comes. And if this kid can be able to make that, then he has a chance to be good down the stretch. So we'll see what happens. I'm still rooting for him. Moving on. I heard a lot of conversations about Jalen Hurts being elite. I don't think so. I'm still one of those people to be like, look, you had a good game last week, came back against the Rams and won that game. Great, you threw it. You were the guy. That's fine. I need to see that over a longer span of time, doing that, to be able to say, all right, you can be able to win these games with your arm. There's no tush push going on. There's none of that shit going on. I can't call you elite outside of that. I just can't. Your team is good. Your GM is great. Your coach knows how to be able to put a staff together that maximizes everybody's talent. It's great. But at the end of the day, I can't call him elite. I just can't. I need to see more. It's like Lamar Jackson. I know how good he is, but I'm starting to think that Lamar Jackson may be James Harden. He's starting to look like James Harden. I'm sorry. Regular season guy, he going to win 9 MVPs in the regular season. And then when it comes to the playoffs, he looks like James Harden. Instead of Lamar Jackson, it's Larry Jackson. Rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like, for me, like, literally, it's only like Josh Allen, just watching him how he plays. Yeah.
If it ain't Josh Allen for me, it's Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And I can't watch no damn Joe Burrow right now.
I was going to say, he's out right now, so I didn't bring him into the
I'm upset.
Yeah.
I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I want to watch Josh Allen is because of Haley Steinfeld. It's because of Haley Steinfeld. I checked to see, like, you know how they pan the camera to what's her name there? Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
I looked for damn Haley. Where's she at? Touchdown, hey.
Yeah, why does she come up on the screen?
You know what I mean? Josh Allen, rushing touchdown. Where, pan the camera. Where is she? And I always get disappointed. Mm-hmm. It's not right.
Yeah.
Don't hide her. Bring her to the games. I can watch more Bills games after that. That's the only reason why I support them. That's it. I'll never support Josh Allen. He's good. But, you know, his better half is what I like to look at. What else I got? Oh, do you think the Steelers have an Aaron Rodgers problem, or do you think Aaron Rodgers has a Steelers problem?
I think Aaron Rodgers has been the problem since he left the Packers.
You watch it. Okay? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Why do you say that? Why do you say such things?
I feel like there's so much, like, tied to him. Like, what comes with him is like a whole other personality, whatever you want to call it.
He's a bit of a diva. He is.
Yeah, like it's just too much to like me, when it should be more about the team and whatnot. I feel like, I don't know, it's just observations.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not wrong, but I am an Aaron Rodgers apologist, so I will never say that he does anything wrong. So where I'm going is, Aaron Rodgers has a Steelers problem. All right, he went ahead and went to the damn wrong team. They got nothing over there. Okay, offensive line sucks. The running game sucks. The defense is not playing the way they're supposed to be playing. If the defense was playing at a high level, the way it's supposed to be playing all the time, then maybe Aaron Rodgers look better. And I'm being tongue in cheek. All right, I just don't want to admit that Aaron Rodgers is failing. He is failing. He is. He didn't look good last week, but he did have the clutch pass, the go-ahead touchdown to win the game. But listen, Father Time waits for no man. At some point, the bill comes due. You're not always going to be the guy that's athletic and has the great arm and can be able to make every throw. And then the fact that you're such a great player, everybody just tolerates you. No matter what your quirks are or how much of an asshole you are. It's kind of like me in my life. Like, people tolerate me because I have talent. But a lot of people don't like me, and that's all right. You know, my friends like me. Some fiance kind of does. My son, it depends. But, you know, it's when you have talent and stuff like that, people will tolerate you a lot more. But once you start to age and you still have those same personality defects and your play starts to wane, that patience starts to wear thin. But on the other side of it, offensively, they just don't have enough to be good. Like, you need more than just an Aaron Rodgers to be good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You need a good line. You need a good running back. DK Metcalf can be schemed out of games, and we've seen this several times in his career. I've seen DK Metcalf be shut down by a 5'9" corner. That should never happen with a guy of his size and his athleticism. But you see it on numerous times throughout his career. So, do I see the Steelers improving? No, I don't. Because they just don't have enough. So, I just think that it's a poor marriage that both of them are together. Aaron Rodgers said that this is his last year, so we're never going to see him go somewhere else and have another opportunity. And I think maybe it's better that way, that Aaron, walks off into the sunset, and then who knows what happens with Mike Tomlin. I don't know if Mike Tomlin is going to be back either, because if they go ahead and miss the playoffs, I can't see Mike Tomlin coming back. And there's another scenario that even if they make the playoffs, I don't see Mike Tomlin coming back. So it's really, really interesting. The dynamic that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in is that they may have to just kind of like put their hands up in the air after the season and say, that's it. I think this is the end of the road for everybody, and kind of start from scratch. You can't have the Eagles out there in Pennsylvania killing y'all like this. Y'all got to figure it out. You're the damn Steelers. Go get a quarterback. Go get Jameis or somebody. Hey, trade for Justin Fields again. That'd be good. Take him back. Because we don't want him over here. Take him back. Moving on. Let's go ahead and go to irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... I mean, they stink.
I don't know what I have for irrelevant news. I'd like to surprise myself. Because I just save things. I find things funny. Here it is. Here's one. Americans are using PTO time to rest, not travel. 43% of millennials admit taking vacation days just to stay in bed. Thoughts about that?
Yeah, my mom does that. Not to like stay in bed, but like to just do stuff or clean or whatever. Like she like majority of her time off she takes is just at home. But yeah, I think like just people just need that little mental health break a week or two. You know, if you have the time, you know, take it. Like you don't have to go out there and spend money on traveling.
What country was that was giving mental health days? Was that China?
China, yeah.
Or was it Japan? Or what was it?
One of the Asian
Yeah.
countries. Yeah.
Yeah, relax. Right?
Is that correct? Asian countries.
I don't know if we can say that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Right? Just relax.
Yeah, but I think people just need rest because you work.
Yeah.
You know, 40 plus hours a week. Like you need that.
Yeah.
Time. Yeah.
There's some people work more hours than that. You know what I mean? Like you said, 40 plus. So yeah, of course. It's a lot of people are doing staycations nowadays. Like they're not going anywhere. They're just like, yo, I just need this PTO time just to sleep. Like just to not do nothing. Sit on this couch for 12 hours and just sit here. Like sometimes you need that. Like I don't care what nobody says. Like as hard as you work, as much of a hard worker you are, you want to be busy, you want to be a busybody. There's times where you just need to sit down and just cool the fuck out and not do anything. You know what I'm saying? Sit by a beach or watch a movie, just like sit there and kind of just like let the body just reset and recharge. So yeah, I can see that because, you know, with this capitalistic society and economy that we live in, you know, you have these worker bees that are working so hard. We are killing ourselves out there, working, slaving these long hours. We're not getting a lot of time with our families. We're not getting a lot of time with our friends. We're not getting a lot of time to be able to just live and be normal people. You're just on this hamster wheel all the time. And it's like you're gonna break down at some point. And that's why people are just like, yo, I just need time to just not do anything and just sleep and repair myself and try to focus on, you know, the week that's coming ahead. You know, it just sucks. It sucks the fact that people have to live like that, man, because wages are not increasing. Wages are actually they're probably going down. Cost of living has increased. You know, the housing market is at a fever pitch to the point where there's going to come a point where the housing market crashes again because houses are way too expensive because people can't afford them. They can't afford them. They can't even afford to rent a room anymore. Renting a room is like $1,500. I remember when renting a room was like $400. Now renting a room, they charging you full. Like what are we talking about here? How are you gonna charge me $1,500 to rent a 4x4 room?
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
It's like no one can afford to go anywhere, so you have to get
Can't do nothing.
10 roommates, find a bunch of people
Yeah.
to live with.
10 roommates, 9 of them you don't like. You know what I mean? One that might be a potential serial killer. And you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. It's crazy. So yeah, I applaud that. Take your damn rest. You know what I mean? Take your rest. Next one. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'm not touching Trump. I'm not doing that. Oh, this was interesting. I'm going to say that for the end of the show. Oh. Florida allows open carry of firearms in public. It started a couple of days ago. How do you feel about that? You go to Florida, you're going to have people with AK-47s just walking down the street.
Does that include like Disney World?
Yes.
Like, that's insane. No, but like out of it, like they always pick the worst states to do that because they're just, you know, just crazy people, racist people, whatever it may be. Like you pick the worst states to allow these things, and also too, I feel like after a situation that obviously just happened, it should be the other way around, and not even just that situation, just all the situations that happen in this country. it shouldn't be that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's you ain't gonna see me down in Florida anytime soon. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't want to deal with no hillbillies that just try to get out of line because I'm from Queens and I talk and I don't want no smoke. But if you do want it, you can get it. And I'm just not there. I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, not going to Florida. Moving on. This one. Amazon to pay historic $2.5 billion settlement for allegedly tricking customers into signing up for Prime. So, it says the agency announced Thursday ending a 2-year dispute over allegations that the company tricked consumers into signing up for its Prime subscription service and then made it hard to cancel. Yes, you can never find the cancel button for your Prime. Where is it?
I have the credit card, so I have to pay for Prime because that's technically Amazon Prime card. So you need to pay for a subscription to have the card. But no, but dealing with Amazon now, I was just talking with customer service. Now to get to the chat for customer service is like hidden. So I feel like any like little minor thing that you have, like you can't even contact them. They just made it so hard. So I don't know. Amazon
On purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose. Amazon is bullshit. Bullshit. I'm telling you, man, like one of these days, people are gonna realize and say, you know what? We're just gonna stop buying from Amazon. I wonder what would happen to the world if one day nobody buys a thing on Amazon.
I don't know. That's like my favorite store, if you want to call it.
I think that's everybody's favorite store, yeah.
But that would be, like, I remember, like, 20 years ago, whatever it was, my cousin was like, yo, there's this website called Amazon, and I just bought this, and it came, like, a couple days
Just
later.
appeared at my door. It
Yeah,
was
I'm like,
amazing.
I'm like, what? And I'm like a child, whatever, a couple years old, basically. And I'm like, I can't wait till I'm old enough so I can shop at Amazon, I remember. And then, like, when I got my first paycheck, I'm going to go to Amazon, just buy random stuff. I've been like that ever since.
Listen, it's so crazy that I'll come home and my house looks like a warehouse. I'm like, where's all these boxes? This is nuts.
Yeah.
And none of them are for me. Never. I always hear, did you see a package outside? Yeah, I did. I did. And it's not for me. It's just nuts. It's just absolutely nuts. But yes, Amazon be on some BS, man, because they trick you into signing up for damn Prime. You don't know how to cancel it. And now you got this $140 bill on your head. And the thing is with Amazon is that if you have 3 cards on file, right? And one card is expired and the next card ain't got no money on it, guess what they doing? They finding the third card. It might not even have to be yours. It could have been somebody else's card you put there to be able to purchase something and you forgot to take it off. Now you're going to get a call. It's like, yo, where's this $150 charge coming from Amazon? What the hell did you buy? And then you trying to figure it out like, I didn't buy nothing. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, it's the Prime subscription. That's nasty work.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's bad. Y'all a $1 trillion company and you still robbing people.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, it was like going by the credit card thing, like I had like one of the things I ordered was broken, so they told me to keep it and just like throw it out literally. So I didn't have to return it, but they automatically in their system makes it as a return. And I never returned it because I did what they said, just get rid of the product, right? So I get charged on my debit card, which isn't even like my main card is the Amazon credit card, right? So I got to them like, how are you charging my debit card if that's not even my card that I purchased the original product with, and that's not even my like starred card?
I'm telling you.
I'm like, And I'm like, how do you have access to this to just charge it randomly?
It's crazy.
Like, oh, it must have been an error. I'm like, it's not an error because it came out of my bank account.
Right.
I'm like, you need to give me my refund.
Give me
right
my
now.
money back now.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I'm telling you, they'll find you. You have a card saved in your Google wallet. They'll find it.
Yeah.
It ain't even in your system, bruh.
Yeah.
That's nasty work. That's illegal. Yeah, pay that money. Pay that money. It should be double too for pain and suffering. You know, you already know how I feel about that. Pain and suffering, double. Moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, did you hear that Starbucks plans to shut down many locations? Are you a Starbucks person?
Yeah, I am. That's my go-to, like, on-the-go coffee spot.
Yeah, they are shutting down hundreds of locations and cutting jobs as the company continues to face a lot of difficulties. Shame.
Was it just, like, backlash? Like, what is the difficulty?
No, I just think that, let's see. You eliminate roughly 900 non-retail positions as part of a broader turnaround effort. The company expects the restructuring to cost about $1 billion, including $150 million for employee separation and $850 million for closing stores and exiting leases. So they're trying to literally just consolidate money.
Yeah, they had the big, like, what is it called? The protests for their workers and stuff. Like, a bunch of them happened, like, fighting for more money or whatever.
Could be that too, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of upheaval, and again, like, the wages are just not acceptable for a lot of people. You know, so. Oh, this is great. The last one. Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement for Spaceballs 2. Did you ever watch Spaceballs?
No. Like, what I know him as is, like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or whatever.
Very good movie.
But no, I never saw Spaceballs.
Spaceballs was a very, very funny movie. It was a parody of Star Wars. So Rick Moranis was the villain.
He had, like, the Darth Vader helmet, right?
Correct.
Open face, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, very good, very good. That is my irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, yeah, they stink.
You know, I try to be nice. I try. But, that's good.
Came up with a plan, and from boxing to working out on the football field a lot to just different random workouts. And during that time frame last year, I really felt a shift in my body to where I would look at him and go, dude, it feels good to feel good. I haven't dealt like this since college, high school, just where I can walk in the gym and I'm like, I feel good.
I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I am not one of those people that is going to sit here and be like, good for you. Good for you. You finally figured it out. I am a Duke fan, so I noticed Zion Williamson's weight at Duke was very, very high. I noticed his weight was extremely high in high school, too, when he was playing against those little white boys, dunking on everybody's head. He's always had a weight issue. And when he got to the league and got to New Orleans and realized that jambalaya tastes so good, he didn't want to put it down. So you missed over 200 games in your career. You've missed more games than you've played. And now you want to go ahead and have this epiphany of you finally have to figure out that your weight was a concern and you have to get down. Miss me with all of that. Because nobody forced food onto you. Hell, the Pelicans still paid you. They still paid you max dollars although your body was in poor health, in poor condition. All because they believed in the talent. And all the rumors and stories that we heard behind the scenes of how much he resisted it. And we've had these particular instances where he shows up to camp and he looks thinner. And then by November, December, that jambalaya starts to kick in again. So miss me with this. This is not something, this ain't news. It shouldn't be news. You're an athlete. You're a professional athlete. You're damn right you should be in shape. I don't want to hear it. I even gave Luke a prop. The same thing applies to you. Your ass should have been in shape. This is the one thing that you have to do. This is your profession. This is what they're asking of you. So if you had to go ahead and go swallow a couple of Ozempic pills, go ahead and do what you got to do. This is your job. Over here talking about you feel different. No shit you feel different. You're 60 pounds lighter. Instead of having the steps creaking when you walk upstairs, you don't hear nothing now. You know those big people that just walk heavy? Mm-hmm. And you feel like they about to come through the floor? Yeah. That's Zion. Oompa Loompa. That's how he walked. So for me, it's like, hey, okay. Now let me go ahead and see how you're going to translate that to staying on the court for the entire season to help your team win some games. You did what you're supposed to do. Okay, great. Let's see if you can be able to keep it up. But Zion losing weight in the offseason is like Ben Simmons with his workout videos. You see it every summer. Somebody posts it. They get hyped about it. And then by November, December, it's back to regular ass Ben Simmons. So I don't really care. Am I heartless? Maybe a little bit. Because, again, nobody said, here, take this hot dog, take this glizzy and eat it, Zion. You needed to be able to go play today. You chose to eat poorly. You chose to not put the effort and the time into your body to be able to be a consistent, good player in the league. Nobody did that to you.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of, like, the job. Like, the only, like, athlete I feel like that is allowed to be big is, like, a linebacker or, like, a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, that's a part of, like,
offensive lineman.
Yeah. But to be a basketball player, you shouldn't be overweight.
No.
You have to be a baseball player. There are baseball players overweight, but, like, I feel like you shouldn't be overweight. You know, quarterback shouldn't be overweight.
No, not at all.
Like, it's a part of your job to be in shape. You're an athlete. Like, you should be in shape.
That comes with the damn package. That's like you trying to look for somebody. Hey, I was early to work today. Okay. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're not going to get no damn award for that. Mm-hmm. I remember they used to give attendance awards out in high school. Perfect attendance. Why should you get a reward for that? Mm-hmm. Your ass supposed to be in school.
Yeah.
Where else is supposed to be?
Yeah.
Your parents leave you every day and say, all right, cool. I'll see you later. Take your ass to school. Mm-hmm. You get an award. Like this is honorable mention or some Zuma cum laude. Get the hell out of here. You ain't getting no award today, Zion. Not from me. You lost weight. Great. Moving on. The Knicks said that they might retire Carmelo Anthony's jersey, and I love that. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I think that they should do it because he's done so much for the city, brought the culture back to New York where obviously Knicks fans are always going to be passionate and show up there, but I just think that Melo brought this great vibe to the city when he was here. People were excited. people were optimistic about the Knicks' possible chances of competing for a championship. It never happened under Melo, but now the Knicks are at the precipice and, have a pretty good team in place right now where they might be able to, compete for a title this season. So, I think it would be great to honor him and give him that notion, give him that nod and retire his jersey. Because I don't know what's going to happen with him in Denver. I would hope that the relationship has been repaired to the point where he can be able to get his jersey retired there, number 15. So, let's see what happens. But I would love to see Melo retire his number 7 with the Knicks. That would be cool. Being in the Hall of Fame, just full circle moment. Him, really looking after his son's career now. Just, his podcast. There's a lot of things that he's doing great, and I think that this would be like a crowning achievement for him, for his career. The Hall of Fame is the Hall of Fame, right? Like, that should be the top of the mountain. But I think him being honored in the city that he loves and the team that he grew up rooting for, I don't think that there's any bigger honor than that as a basketball player. So, shouts to Melo for, possibly getting his jersey retired, and I think that he should do it. Moving on, Jazz rookie Ace Bailey fired his manager. And here's why he fired the manager, Silent Assassin. The manager was trying to tank Ace Bailey's stock. So he was like, nah, let's not work out for this team. Let's not answer the phone for this team. Because he was trying to get teams not to draft him so he can move down the board and get drafted by the Washington Wizards or the Brooklyn Nets. So he was trying to do that. And the Jazz was like, nah, we're going to take this kid, man. He's pretty good. Pretty good. So when Ace Bailey found that out, he was like, yo, why would you do that? Like, you cost me, like, slot millions. Because obviously the lower you go down is the less money that you make from the top. You're still a first-round pick, so you're getting guaranteed money. But he could have got a lot more money had he was a top 2 or top 3 pick. Right? So, it's tough when you got people that you trust to be able to figure things out for you, to have your best interest, and you're a young player and you're trying to just navigate the new waters of being a professional. You got somebody that's kind of looking out for themselves, because of course you want him in Washington because I think he's from that area. Maybe you want him in Brooklyn because it's a big branded area. I understand the draw and the pull to be able to try to get your client there, but not kind of putting their money and their earnings at jeopardy just to do so. Like, if you want to angle and make a play for a trade down the line, then cool, do that. But don't tank the kid's stock just because you want to put him in a certain market, unless he knows that this is the plan. If this was the plan for y'all, say, listen, yo, Ace, like, I know that I could be able to get you top 4, top 5. That's guaranteed, right? But maybe if we play our cards right, we can be able to figure out how to get to Brooklyn or how to get to Washington. Like, are you good with that? Do you want me to make that play for you? And if Ace Bailey turns to his manager and says, yeah, let's go ahead and go make that play. Now we're all on the same page. We know what's going on. We know what the plan is. So that's all it is that, you want a manager to be transparent with you and make sure that they do have your best interest at heart, and they're not just looking out for their own pockets, because at the end of the day, an agent has to get paid, and they're going to figure out the best way to get their client in best position to make money, because they want to make themselves more money as well. It has nothing to do with, yeah, you go ahead and you go make your millions while I'm over here taking shorts. Now, you want the big record deal so you can be able to get a record deal for yourself as well. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it goes. Mm-hmm. One hand washes the other, right? So, Ace Bailey figured it out, kicked his ass to the curb, and I'm glad he did it. Hopefully he can be able to find somebody that is trustworthy and has his best interests at heart. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, if that was me, I send the goons for him. I send the goons for him. Because it's just the fact that you costing me money, and now I'm gonna have to work my way back up to try to, get those dollars back, get some sponsorship deals or whatever it is. Talent's gonna be there. I'm gonna get that money back, but it's still the principle. It's the principalities of the whole thing. All right, principalities are what you're doing. Don't steal from me, and don't try to get me to no damn Brooklyn. Nobody want to be in Brooklyn. Now, you see what hell's going on with Michael Porter Jr.? He's lost his mind. Lost his mind over it. I want to go to Brooklyn with all those hippies down there. Nobody even watches basketball in downtown Brooklyn. Nobody cares. You know how many times I've been to downtown Brooklyn? I've been to the Barclays Center, and people pull up there. They're not even watching the game. They're on their phone.
That's what's just like in a bad, like literally in the middle of Brooklyn. Like, who wants to go to a game?
I mean, Brooklyn is different. Brooklyn is not the Brooklyn that I grew up on. You know what I mean?
I feel like whenever I'm like everyone's outside.
Yes.
Why would you want to be like in the stadium, like doing all that stuff?
That's what I'm saying, is that people, the culture is outside. They don't care about no basketball down there, man. Mm-hmm. They don't. It ain't like MSG where people are like, I'm going to MSG to watch Knicks. Nobody cares about the Nets, unfortunately. It's just the way it goes. So, sorry, not sorry. Going to talk about the Knicks presser with Mike Brown, but I don't care. We know exactly what Mike Brown is about. We're going to see if Mike Brown could be able to get this team over the hump. Lakers, the same thing. The Lakers, they went ahead and extended J.J. Redick's contract for an additional 2 years, so now he's the coach through 29-30. We're going to see if that extension was too early. Without him necessarily proving himself for a second year. Had a good first year. They didn't finish well, especially in the playoffs. He had a lot of mistakes, a lot of rookie errors as a coach, but hopefully he's made those improvements. Camp is approaching. Him and Rob Pelinka were answering questions about LeBron, if they feel that LeBron is going to be here, what the future is for him. And they said that they want him to retire a Laker. They leave the ball in his court. They're going to make sure that he has everything that he needs. And also, they're going to make the decision up to him and him alone to be able to dictate what his next, what his future steps are going to be. J.J. Redick also discussed DeAndre Ayton, how he's playing well. How he can be able to be a guy that's going to be a tremendous rebounder for them, be able to bridge the gap as a center, hopefully be able to finish at the rim, protect the rim. There's definitely holes on this roster, but if they can be able to figure it out and, play as a team or make some trades to be able to shore some things up, we'll see what the Lakers are. I'm optimistic about the Lakers this season. It's too early to be able to think anything about them right now. Camp is on the way. I think media day is approaching as well. So we're going to get a lot of information. We'll hear from LeBron himself. We'll hear from Luka. We'll hear from, all the new Lakers and the old Lakers, the guys that are still here. So listen, basketball season is coming. I'm getting into basketball mode. I'm gearing up. So let's see what happens. I think that's it. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask, who is the Dummy of the Week? There's nobody else here but you. Silence as in, who you got?
Yeah, there's something that happened, obviously, a while ago, but...
That's all right.
Just found out recently through the new, tell-all, was 107 Days autobiography.
Kamala?
Yeah, where my dummy is Gavin Newsom. His comments where she gave him a phone call.
Oh, and he left on red?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, sorry, hiking," and then never called her back. I'm like, that's, you agree with her, not you want her to be the nominee or not, whatever. The state of America is in. She's the person for it. Like, it's in her hands, you know, to change
Right.
something, and she got no support from nobody. You know, if the Democratic Party didn't want her to be the nominee, then you should have figured that out way before putting Joe back up there, and, you know, now kind of scrambling to get somebody new. Like, the best option was her. You know, she's the most, people are most familiar with her at that time. You know, to put in a new nominee like that was not going to be easy for anybody. But
Yeah.
for her to get no support and still get, she gets 72, 73 million, you know, people behind her
Yeah.
the vote. You know, it's pretty crazy, and, you know, a like really good accomplishment, you know. But I definitely have to read that whole book. But that one comment from Gavin Newsom, I was like, wow, I'm like, that is insane. Like, I'm just hiking, like, call you back, like the state, you know, the state of America's, you know, potentially, you know, gonna, you know, go down. So for you to say you're hiking, you just gotta give your support for somebody, you know.
Yes.
That was a while to see.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like you know the dysfunction of the Democratic Party is right there in front of your face. The fact that, you know, she reached out to him and all he had to say was, listen, you know, I'm honored to, you know, if you're even thinking about me as a vice president or whatever it is, or if you're looking for an endorsement, look, you know, I got you. You're a Democrat. Whatever it is, I'm not gonna come out right now and probably do that. I'll do that a little later when, you know, I've kind of got my ducks in a row. But there's just this catty, every man for themselves type of mentality in the Democratic Party, and it's the established bureaucrats that have been in Washington way too long, like the Nancy Pelosi's, like the Gavin Newsoms, like the Chuck Schumers, like the Hakeem Jeffries, and all these other old, you know, taking money under the table, AEP&x money sponsored, like all of these dudes gotta go. And good on Kamala to be able to talk about her POV of what she experienced as a VP, and, you know, the shortest campaign in presidential history, all the money that she grossed, and all the mistakes that were made, and all the decisions that were made from the actual White House that was really trying to, like, dim her and not have her shine as bright, when it should be the opposite. You want to have her shine because it will make everybody else look better as well. Like, you have an older guy that may not have the energy to campaign as much as she can, or to be able to be in front as much as she can. Lean on the youth. Lean on what she can be able to do and how she can galvanize. And then as the president's staff, it'll only going to help the president because he can be able to fill in the gaps when he needs to. But she never got the assistance and the support she felt all the time from the White House staff, from the West Wing, right? So it's tough to hear that, but hey, I'm glad that she wrote it. I think a lot of people are writing her off politically, saying her career is over, and, you know, it's, come on now. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a good one. Funny enough, I don't have a dummy. Didn't really see one pop up because all my dummies are political ones. But if I'm gonna give it to somebody, here it goes. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for Dummy of the Week, Disney Sinclair Broadcast. All of the people that went ahead and almost buckled under the damn pressure of Donald J. Trump and his insecurities. Oh, I don't like what Jimmy Kimmel said about me. I need to cancel him, so I'm going to make sure the FCC chairman puts pressure on Sinclair Broadcasting and puts pressure on Disney to be able to. Nah. So what did the people do? Oh, y'all playing with us now. Y'all want to go ahead and go take away free speech. Because here's the thing. Do you know what you're protected against for your free speech? What do you think the free speech thing is about when you hear about free speech? Who are you protected from?
The higher people.
Good. It's a good answer. The government.
That's what it was like, higher echelon of.
That's what your
people.
protected
Yeah.
free speech is protected from. The government. They cannot tell you what to say because you, as an American, have the right to your First Amendment right. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you're protected against the actual government. Private sectors can be able to do what they want to do. If you work for a Fortune 500 company and you go ahead and you go say some wild shit, they have the ability and the wherewithal and the right to be able to terminate you if they want to, depending on their bylaws, because they're not a government subsidiary. They are a private entity, right? But the government themselves cannot silence you. That's not legal. So when you have the president that puts pressure on or tells the FCC chairman to put pressure on the media companies, that's illegal. So when you had that happen and people were like, oh, y'all playing with us, cool. Now we're going to cancel all of our Hulu subscriptions and our Disney subscriptions. Man, they lost $4 billion in the span of like 24 hours.
It's insane, like how many people just canceled.
Yeah.
Right away. Yeah.
And my thing is, keep it canceled. Keep it canceled. Don't go back. Don't give them your money. Because at the end of the day, they are playing with you. When you have companies that are so weak, where you realize that in this country, all it takes is somebody to be able to put a little squeeze on you and you fold like a cheap paper. It's upsetting and it's sad to know the state of our country and where we are. What's also sad is that when you have a president that shows up at the UN and he's just rambling for 10 minutes about how 10, 15 years ago, he was supposed to be the one that renovated the United Nations and they went with somebody else and it's so what the world is just laughing at us. And people are fine with it. You know why? Because people who never had anything had people laughing at them. And they're okay with that too, because it's normal for them. So it's like, oh, it's fine. I've had people laugh at me my whole life. Hey, if our president's getting laughed at, and that just means he's a special guy. Special, yes. Not the special that you want to be. So my thing is that you continue to go ahead and play the weak pawn of the president. But here's my message to Sinclair Broadcasting, to ABC, to Paramount, to all of these companies that have bent the knee to this orange alien. When you do that, there is no capitulation that will be good enough. It's like a bully. If you give the bully your school lunch and your money the first day of school, what do you think is going to happen for the rest of the time that you're in school? That bully's going to come to you and get your lunch money, isn't he? Because there's never enough that bully won't take from you, because he understands that you are easy pickings and he can always come to you to get a come up. That's what fascism is that there's never a limit to what they will ask from you. They will take everything and give you nothing. So You get what you get, Disney. You get what you get, Sinclair Broadcasting. I hope Jimmy Kimmel sets records with his viewership and his ratings, and you're gonna have to end up giving him a raise. That would be great, to be able to take more money out of Disney's pocket. So, sorry, not sorry. You hate to see it, but at the same time, you love to see it. That's all for the show. I do have a PSA, but not for this show. I'm actually going to do a separate video, and that will air by itself. So until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace. Hey, Mets, don't even, right? Just roll over and die, right? I want to see a loss tomorrow. That's what I want to say. Don't end the season on a high note. Lose and get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off.